I would move the verb further up to the front. You may load up with ever so good a verb, but I notice that you never really bring down a subject with it at its present German range. You only cripple it. So I insist that this important part of speech should be brought forward to a position where it may easily be seen with the naked eye. Thirdly, I would import some strong words from the English tongue, to swear with, and also to use in describing all sorts of vigorous things in a vigorous way. Note, verdammt, and its variations and enlargements are words which have plenty of meaning, but the sounds are so mild and ineffectual that German ladies can use them without sin. German ladies who could not be induced to commit a sin by any persuasion or compulsion promptly rip out one of these harmless little words when they tear their dresses or don't like the soup. It sounds about as wicked as our "my gracious." German ladies are constantly saying "Ach Gott, mein Gott, Gott in Himmel, Herr Gott, der Herr Jesus," etc. They think our ladies have the same custom, perhaps, for I once heard a gentle and lovely old German lady say to a sweet young American girl, "The two languages are so alike, how pleasant that is. We say, Ach Gott, you say, Goddamn." Fourthly, I would reorganize the sexes and distribute them accordingly to the will of the Creator. This as a tribute of respect, if nothing else. Fifthly, I would do away with those great long compounded words, or require the speaker to deliver them in sections, with intermissions for refreshments. To wholly do away with them would be best, for ideas are more easily received and digested when they come one at a time than when they come in bulk. Intellectual food is like any other. It is pleasanter and more beneficial to take it with a spoon than with a shovel. Sixthly, I would require a speaker to stop when he is done, and not hang a string of those useless haben sind gewesen, gehabt haben geworden seins to the end of his oration. These sort of gewjaws undignify a speech instead of adding a grace. They are, therefore, an offense, and should be discarded. Seventhly, I would discard the parenthesis, also the reparenthesis, the re-reparenthesis, and the re-re-re-re-re-reparentheses, and likewise the final wide-reaching all-enclosing king parenthesis. I would require every individual, be he high or low, to unfold a plain, straightforward tale, or else coil it and sit on it and hold his peace. Infractions of this law should be punishable with death. And eighthly, and last, I would retain Zug and Schlag, with their pendants, and discard the rest of the vocabulary. This would simplify the language. I have now named what I regard as the most necessary and important changes. These are perhaps all I could be expected to name for nothing, but there are other suggestions which I can and will make, in case my proposed application shall result in my being formally employed by the government in the work of reforming the language. My philological studies have satisfied me that a gifted person ought to learn English, barring spelling and pronouncing, in 30 hours, French in 30 days, and German in 30 years. It seems manifest, then, that the latter tongue ought to be trimmed down and repaired. If it is to remain as it is, it ought to be gently and reverently set aside among the dead languages, for only the dead have time to learn it. A 4th of July oration in the German tongue, delivered at a banquet of the Anglo-American Club of Students by the author of this book. Gentlemen, since I arrived a month ago in this old wonderland, this vast garden of Germany, my English tongue has so often proved a useless piece of baggage to me, and so troublesome to carry around in a country where they haven't the checking system for luggage, that I finally set to work and learned the German language. Also, es freut mich, dass dies so ist, denn es muss in ein hauptsächliches Degree höflich sein, dass man auf an occasion like this seine Rede in die Sprache des Landes, worin he boards, aussprechen soll. Dafür habe ich aus rheinischer Verlegenheit, Vergangenheit, Höflichkeit, aus rheinischer Höflichkeit habe ich resolved to tackle this business in the German language, Gottes Willen. Also, Sie müssen so freundlich sein und verzeihen mich die Interladung von ein oder zwei englische Wörter hier und da, Denn ich finde, dass die Deutsche is not a very copious language, and so when you've really got anything to say, you've got to draw on a language that can stand the strain. Wenn aber man kann nicht mit meinem Rede verstehen, so werde ich ihm später dasselbe übersetzen, wenn solche Dienst verlangen wollen haben werden sollen sein hätte. I don't know what wollen haben werden sollen sein hätte means, but I notice they always put it at the end of a German sentence, merely for general literary gorgeousness, I suppose. This is a great and justly honored day, a day which is worthy of the veneration in which it is held by the true patriots of all climes and nationalities, a day which offers a fruitful theme for thought and speech, und meinen Freunden, meines Freundes, well, take your choice, they're all the same price. I don't know which one is right. Also, ich habe gehabt, haben geworden, gewesen sein, as Goethe says in his Paradise Lost. Ich, that is to say, but let us change cars. Also, die Anblick so viele großbritannische und amerikanische hier zusammengetroffen brüderliche Concord ist zwar a welcome and inspiring spectacle, and what has moved you to it? Can the terse German tongue rise to the expression of this impulse? Is it Freundschaftsbezeigungen, stadtverordneten Versammlungen, Familien, Eigentumlichkeiten? Nein, oh nein! This is a crisp and noble word, but it fails to pierce the marrow of the impulse which has gathered this friendly meeting and produced diese Anblick. Eine Anblick, welch ist gut zu sehen, gut für die Augen in a foreign land and a far country. Eine Anblick solcher, als in die gewöhnliche Heidelberger Phrase nennt man ein schönes Aussicht. Ja, freilich, natürlich, wahrscheinlich ebenso wohl. Also, die Aussicht auf dem Königsstuhl mehr größer ist, aber geistliche Sprechen nicht so schön, lob Gott. Because sie sind hier zusammengetroffen in brüderlichem Concord, einen großen Tag zu feiern, whose high benefits were not for one land and one locality, but have conferred a measure of good upon all lands that know liberty today and love it. 100 Jahre vorüber waren die Engländer und die Amerikaner Feinde, aber heute sind sie herzliche Freunde, Gott sei Dank. May this good fellowship endure. May these banners here blended in amity so remain. May they never any more wave over opposing hosts, or be stained with blood which was kindred, is kindred, and always will be kindred, until a line drawn upon a map shall be able to say, this bars the ancestral blood from flowing in the veins of the descendant. End of The Awful German Language by Mark Twain.